In this video, we're going to go over a set of brand new tools, and we're going to cover the AMES lettering guide drawing. For this project, you're going to be using several new tools. First is the Magic, which is the photo blue pencil. There are two versions of this. There is a regular pencil, photo blue pencil, and then there's the mechanical photo blue pencil. Both give you the same results. One's more precise, one's more artistic, but give you the same results. Now, what's special about these pencils is its photo reactive properties. I'm going to zoom in here, and I want you to take a look at the name of this, non-photo blue. Architects, engineers, and designers use this to create lines, grid lines, that don't appear when their drawings are photocopied. Now let me show you a little demonstration of this. Now, on this paper, you'll see there are several different types of lines with varying thicknesses. Now, the one in the center is the darkest, and the ones on the side are lighter shades. When this is put to a photocopier, a light will emit and will make the photo blue pencil disappear. Now here is the same paper on a photocopy. You'll notice that only the center line is still visible. The lines on the side have disappeared. Because of the hue of the blue, it disappears. We could use this to our advantage. Next, the tool that you'll be using is the AMES lettering guide itself. Now this tool can give you various thicknesses for different letterings. Everything that I'm mentioning in this video will be covered on the back side of the handout that you will receive. Now, the key concept to understanding how to use the AMES lettering guide is the number 32. Everything is based off the number 32. Now this wheel, you'll notice, has several different holes, numbers, holes to the left, holes to the right. What's key here is these numbers on the bottom. On the bottom, you'll see these series of numbers here. Make sure your AMES lettering guide is set this way. Double check that your AMES lettering guide is set correctly when you see metric on top. We're going to be using the ANSI standard. So, what we're going to do first is look at the numbers, and we're going to roll it over. This is movable, and set it to number 2. You'll notice that the 2 lines up with this little hash mark here. So I just created a fraction, 2 over 32. What does that mean? I just created lettering distance for 1/16. 2 over 32, 2 goes into 32. 16 times, 2 goes in once, so you have 2 over 32. So, I'm going to use this piece of scratch paper and show you what I just created. Now I am going to draw two lines, top and bottom, that are 1/16 apart. I'm going to draw those lines on these very specific holes, the holes that are connected by this hook. They represent the bottom and the top of these two guidelines that we're creating. So holding my T-square firmly, I will use my pencil and hold and drag across, and use a second hole, hold and drag across. Okay? I have just created two guidelines that are 1/16 apart. So I'm going to use my T-square here to double check that. That's about 1/16. Okay? Now, if I set my T-square, the AMES letter guide to different thicknesses, I can get different thicknesses of lettering. If I turn my AMES lettering guide to, let's try 4. 4/32. That will give you 1/8. I'm going to do the same procedure here, top and bottom line. And you'll notice that it's thicker. I have just created 1/8 lettering. And I can repeat this process by creating different fractions by moving the wheel around. The next most popular one is 6. You have 6/32. That converts in 3/16. Double check here. And I can go on and forward. Okay? Now, to show you what you'll be creating eventually. I've already populated my drawing with all the necessary information. I'll be creating a drawing named the AMES Lettering Guide drawing. Date, scale, my name. New detail that's being added. Roland High School Architecture. I will be looking for this new detail in your title blocks from here on out. Make sure you include this in your drawing. So here is an example of what you're creating. It's a basic title block that uses the different size lettering. On top is the title. If you follow the instructions in the back, you know that the title will be 3/8 in width. And the next couple, the description will give you the size lettering. This is 1/16 lettering. I will set my lettering guide to 2 and create 1/16. This is 1/8 lettering. I'll set my lettering guide to 4 to get 1/8, etc. I will continue this all the way to the bottom. Now, the lettering on the bottom for the title block, very important. It's a specific size. On the bottom, you have to use 1/4 lettering for a 1/2 inch rectangle. For the date, scale, and name, you're going to be using 1/8 lettering for a 1/4 rectangle. make sure you have the correct lettering. Now, why would we use this specific side? When you are lining up your AMES lettering guide, you need to give yourself enough space for the top and the bottom so you can center your lettering. Okay. This example was a very good example, but on the bottom the student failed to put the correct lettering, so we're going to correct it. And they also forgot to put the roll-in high school architecture. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it out. On the top, I'll be setting my lettering guide to 3/8. So for 3/8, I will be setting it to 3/8, 6/16, 12/16. For that, I'll be using the side of my lettering guide. On the side, I want you to notice a special relationship with these holes. These holes are divided by 1/8. So from the edge to the top here, you have 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6, 7, 8, 8/8. You'll notice there is an indentation here that says 1 inch. Okay, so that's how you would create 3/8 using your lettering guide. So I'm going to slide my T-square up, and I am going to do my best to center this. All I care about organization. So the bottom of my T-square will be the bottom of my guidelines. That looks about good. So I'll just move this over off to the side temporarily, and I'm going to draw a very light line. Bring back my lettering guide. I have 0, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So I have 3/8 right here. Now, you can just make out the lettering guide on the video because of the light from the lamp, but if you were to see this in real life, you will see that there are 2 guidelines. So from here, I will write the title, AMES Lettering Guide. I will utilize the top and the bottom of the guidelines. So I could have nice, consistent lettering, approximately the same size. You'll notice everything is being written in caps. Lettering guide. If it's not quite centered, it's okay. Just do your best. Try not to squish everything off to one side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Next, I'm going to move my T-square down. I'm going to create 1/16 lettering. I'm going to set this to number 2. And try to position this somewhere nice. Use my photo glue pencil again. And this is where the artistic part of architecture comes in. I can't tell you how much or how little force to put, but you put just enough pressure on your guideline so you can see it. This is 1/6 16th lettering. Move it down. I'll create 1/8 inch lettering. Actually, I forgot to add inch there. That's fine. I'm pretty sure you guys will add that correctly. So this is supposed to be 1/8. I think I'll use the side of my lettering guide for this. So here's my bottom. Oops. And I'll use the top of that. And write in. This is 1/8 inch lettering. Slide it down again. This time we're going to create 3/16. I'm going to set my lettering guide to number 6. So roll that wheel over. Spread it out a bit. And in case you can't see it, you could always take your Tsquare back and draw a little bit darker, but not too dark, because this will show if it's too dark. And I will write this lettering is 3/16 inch. The next one, the much larger one, this is 1/4 inch. So I'm going to set my AMES letter guide to 8. Or I could set it to, or I could use the size of this. One eight, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, so 1/8, 2/8. That's 1/4. Use the bottom of this. 1/8, 2/8. Oops. Sometimes that happens. I guess I'll be using my other special tool, little typing sharpener. So go ahead and sharpen that. This will happen from time to time. We definitely have the right tool. So here is my sharp point again. Go back, and there it is. Go in. This lettering is 1/4 inch. And on the very bottom, what we have left is I set my lettering guide to 6-inch to draw guidelines for the stack lettering. Okay, there's different ways to do this. So I'm going to go back and set this to 6. And I will try to do this right about there. That looks good. Now this is the importance of a T-square. All I can do now is just slide it down until the top line is my new bottom line. Okay, that looks about good. And now I can write I set my lettering guide on 6 to draw the guide lines for this stacked lettering. And there you go. You have your two drawings, AMES letter guide. Hope this video helps. Please have patience. Don't get distraught. Some people like the mechanical, some people like the regular pencil. Both will give you great results. Just keep your drawings clean, keep your drawings square, and above all, have patience. Hope you've enjoyed this video.